Okay, SHO restrictor remover. You remove the cover from the engine. And you plug out the suppressors. You plug out the injectors. And yes, it's your manifold. You want to remove this manifold. So we are going to start proceeding to remove the manifold. The fuel rail comes out, and then you can take this off as well. Then it's just release the little screws, and we'll proceed with that. Okay. Alright, off come the tappet cover brackets. There's one. There's the other one. Right, now the fuel rail comes out. Watch out for the spray. Obviously it's a bit under pressure, don't worry. There you go. Right, and now start releasing the fuel intake air manifolds. Okay, so we're releasing these. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, and then there are some at the bottom. You have to release them all. So we're releasing the dipstick screw. You'll see on the dipstick clamp, there's a little screw. Then you have to release the cable ties. And at the bottom there are also 2 hidden screws. Don't think when you take them all out, they're all out. There are still 2 little ones left. We'll show you where they are when the manifold comes out. Okay, so we removed 8 screws from the manifold, top side, and then 2 screws from the bottom side. We're going to pull it off now. Okay, so the manifold has come out. That's what it looks like. Where does the bottom screws go? Right there. There's one. There's another one. And obviously, like I said, and obviously 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and those screws bolt in here. So remember to loosen them. Remember to plug everything out, and after you've plugged everything out, you have to plug it back in. When you release it, you have to release this clamp as well. When you're working on the ski, it will be more clearer. Okay, those are what the screws look like. These are the bolts that come out from the fuel inlet manifold. With those 2 caps, only the caps come out, and then the studs remain. And these are the 2 hidden screws from the bottom that I showed you. These are the brackets with their screws, and the fuel rail screws, and the tappet covers bolts. Remember, those must come out before anything can be removed. You have to loosen the vise from the bottom, the pipe, and then you have to plug all the thingies out. Okay, so we've got the manifold on the table here. This is the throttle body. It's electronic. You can see it works with the motors. Always check the electronic throttle body before replacing. When you take this out, you have to take this off, release these screws, but before you do that, just mark it with a pen, because it's so easy to just put it on the different side around, and then when you fit everything back into the jet ski, it doesn't fit anymore, because this sits there, and it's a very easy mistake to do. So when you mark it, you can't make the mistake anymore. Release those screws. And those are going to loose the throttle body. Okay, so we've loosened these nuts. We're going to remove the throttle body assembly. It comes out like that. That's what it looks like. And what we're after is the restrictor. We want to remove that. So that's going to come out. For that to come out, obviously, use the Allen key you lose the next bolts. Totally loosen them, take them out. Okay, so the screws have been loosened. The sleeve comes off, like such. What remains, you have to take it all out. Gently just pull at it. It's called a flame arrestor. It's restrictive. You have to remove it. Remember, sometimes this does not comply with the Coast Guard when you have to take your jet ski in for shear leveling testing. But you can put a power sleeve in there that takes up this gap. It fits neatly in there so that when you put this on, then it takes this bump out. It's very slightly, it's about 3 millimeters. So if you want to make a power sleeve, you remove the rubber here, and the thickness of this rubber, I make it between 3.5 and 4 millimeters, and the width of this, and obviously it fits in neatly. But just like that, it's going to give you a throttle response and a bit more speed on the top end.
More boost.
A lot more boost, obviously. It's going to push your PSI up. Alright. Our markings are there. We're going to put the throttle body back. We marked it, so it's easy. Remember to tighten all the screws. And when you do remove the restrictor, remember to take out the little rubber as well. Remember, tighten them nicely. And now arm will come. Okay, so that's what the assembly looks like. Restrictor has been removed and it's ready to go back into the ski. It's going back in. Watch out that you don't clamp anything in between. Carefully put it back, fits in perfectly. Okay, when replacing the manifold, remember to reinsert the throttle's plug, otherwise you're going to really battle getting it back after fitting everything in. Carefully clip it in. Remember to tighten the pipe at the bottom, the clamp, and reverse the steps as if you have taken it apart. That is the way you're going to put it back together again. Making sure all those little clips are back in. Making sure the pipe clamp is fastened at the bottom of the intake manifold where the supercharger boosts in. Putting all the bolts back into position, re-cable tying everything back together. Make sure it's nice and tight because it's going to vibrate, and then if you didn't tighten it, you'll have problems. If you did, you'll have no problems at all.